Hi folks, welcome back. So here we are, 2020 Ford F-150. This particular one's called the STX package. 4x4, 2.7, twin turbo V6 engine. Great truck. Let's take a look at it. Hey guys, so here we are, the 2019-2020 Ford F-150 STX. So let's take it out for a drive, see what we think. Like I said, this is my personal truck. I've had it for quite a while now, about 5,000 miles on it. The truck's been really flawless. I mean, there's been no issues at all on this truck. This one, like I said, has that 2.7 V6 in it. Twin turbo, over 400 horsepower. And it really goes like a rocket. I mean, it's a fast pickup truck, which is kind of part of the reason that I got it. Other great things about it, I mean, I tow my Cobra race car on a flatbed trailer. That thing weighs around, altogether, car and trailer is probably around that 4,000 plus mark, and have no issues at all, none at all. I take it down to Colorado Springs. If you guys ever come to Colorado, you'll see what the road's like. It's a little bit mountain, it's not too bad. No problem maintaining speeds, just set the cruise control at the speed limit, 65, and no issues at all. Overall, driving impression of this truck is, it's a really nice truck. I mean, it's, like I said, this is the STX, so it doesn't have every bell and whistle known to man, but it has everything that you need, right? Power windows, power door locks, got a pretty good stereo system in it. As far as the performance on the truck, it really is outstanding. I can't get that through to you enough. Like I said, over the 400 horsepower. This one has the 10-speed automatic transmission in it, obviously, as well. And this transmission is just really great. I mean, as you saw, I did the 0 to 60 run in, 6.8 seconds. And that was with a little bit of wheel slip. So, I mean, you could probably easily, I don't know, probably get this truck down into 6.6, 6.5 or so. As far as handling goes, I mean, it's great. I mean, it's a fun truck to drive. Stability on it feels great. It's a typical pickup truck. It's a little bit light in the rear end. I have nothing in the bed. So you do get a little bit of wheel hop and bounce back there. But otherwise, man, this thing just handles really nicely. Pretty darn quiet. I mean, I really can't find any real faults with this truck. I mean, everything's where you want it to be. All the controls are logically placed. Ford's been making the F-150 now for decades, so I guess they've got a pretty good grip on what they're doing as far as building this truck. So let's hold up here. We're going to go around and we'll get her on the highway and see how it sounds on the highway in just a second. Okay, so let's get her on the highway. So like I said, this doesn't have any problems accelerating to get out of the way of trouble in this truck. Brakes on are great, no issues with the brakes. This particular one I have doesn't really have the towing package on it. Well, it kind of does have the receiver hitch and that kind of stuff, but it doesn't have the brake controller. So I've been towing my trailer basically just with the truck, I guess, with the Cobra on board. I've been right there 65 miles per hour, and this thing is smooth. I mean, just it really drives like a nice family sedan. It's shockingly comfortable. But anyway, so like I said, I was towing it with my race car trailer without the trailer brakes because I didn't know that I didn't really have the control, to tell you the truth, and no issues. I mean, no problems at all with the brakes. Everything's good to go. Since then, I have installed it. I did kind of like the do-it-yourself installation, just installed some of the Ford parts, and works great. So anyway, like I said, we're cruising down the highway right now. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. Take her up to 75. There we go. Like I said, there's no noise. I mean, it's smooth. This is a shockingly smooth truck to drive. Throttle response is outstanding in it. I mean, like I said, this 2.7 motor, do not underestimate this motor. When you go to get one of these trucks, or if you go to get one, really look at the 2.7. At first, when I went to the dealership, I wanted the 3.5. I was like, yeah, I need that 3.5 twin turbo, because you hear everything about it, right? And don't get me wrong, it was a great truck. the funny thing is, when we test drove this truck at first, I didn't know this had the 2.7 in it, neither did the Celsius, we didn't have the decal on it. And I thought it was the 3.5, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it, man. This thing's a rocket ship, it's awesome. And, you know, so we come back to the dealership, and then he's like, oh, okay, I'll go get a, you know, I'll go get a 2.7 so you can compare it. And I was like, that's okay, you know, I mean, I'll take this one. And I saved a bunch of money. I mean, I think it was like $5,000 less than the 3.5. And then the 5-liter Coyote engine is also available, but I really didn't see the point in getting the 5-liter, just because this one's lighter. I think it handles better. I think the performance is on par, if not better, than the 5-liter. And you get great gas mileage. I mean, it's like, what isn't there to like? You know, I mean, it's bizarre. It's just a really well put together package. So, like I said, as far as driving impressions, it's a great truck. It's comfortable to drive. Drives really well, brakes are excellent, the transmission is flawless. I mean, you don't even feel these 10-speed shifts on it. It's really surprising how well this truck is put together. Okay, so 2020 Ford F-150. So as far as what changed between 2019 and 2020, as far as the STX package, really nothing changed. This particular one, like I said, 2.7 liter V6 engine, about 325 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque. Runs phenomenally. It's a great running truck. As far as the 19 to 20s, the differences were basically in the Lariat, the King Ranch Edition, some of the higher trim packages, as far as some of the safety features on there, like lane assist, that kind of stuff. This particular truck doesn't have it. STX package is a pretty basic package. However, you get everything that you want. Power windows, power door locks, great infotainment system in there, good stereo. I mean, pretty much everything you need, right? A 10-speed transmission just works really great. As far as towing, no issues towing anything with this vehicle. I mean, I've towed my race car and a trailer, no issues at all. This particular color is called magnetic gray. Some of the things that I did add to the truck were the running boards, the splash guards. Just do that yourself, right? Save yourself a few $100s, get those online. As far as the wheels and tires go, I think it's actually a pretty good looking wheel and tire setup. I mean, they're, what are they, 20-inch wheels. These ones using hand-cooked tires, and I've ran these tires in the snow, rain, all different types of conditions, no issues at all. Just a really great running truck. This particular one's the short bed edition. It is the crew cab, and I'm going to show you inside. I mean, there is just bunches of room in this truck. It's really shocking. I'm about 6'5" tall as far as comparison in the size of the vehicle. I mean, I really like everything about it. STX package also gives you the color matched bumpers, the grille, kind of a little bit of a different grille on it as well. And just in my opinion, I think it's a really pretty cool looking truck. Obviously, this generation F-150, they kind of went to a newer headlight assembly as well, compared to some of the older versions of the aluminum body. Of course, that goes without saying, right? The truck's all aluminum body. You're not going to have any rust issues with this truck. I mean, this truck's going to be sitting on someone's farm probably in 30 years' time with not a lick of rust on the body, which is really kind of bizarre. So like I said, let's take a look at the inside and show you what we got. Okay, so let's get on board this F-150. So like I said, I'm 6'5", and man, this thing just fits like a glove. I mean, it is a great ergonomic truck. I mean, there's no issues with it at all. STX, like I said, kind of a basic package. All the controls are going to be manual, okay? You'd have a bolster control right here, obviously the recliner, and then as far as the front seat, just a bar in the front. I don't even have it set all the way back, and it's extremely comfortable. I mean, everything's where you want it to be. Obviously, it has the steering wheel release as far as the telescoping and the tilt up and down steering wheel. I mean, like I said, I really can't find a flaw in the design as far as the interior design on this truck. This one obviously has the captain's seats in front, the center console bin, and I like this option. You can also get a kind of a 60-40 split down seat as well, but whatever you want. Power windows, power door locks, power mirrors. I mean, it's a well-equipped truck. Only thing I wish it did have, for me in Colorado was the heated rear windows, or mirror, sorry. It does have a heated rear window, and that's pretty much the only feature that I wish it did have on board. So let's take a look at the inside. Okay, so let's take a look at the dash layout of the F-150. So obviously on the steering wheel you have your stereo controls, cell phone controls as far as mute, audio, all that kind of stuff, hang up buttons, cruise control buttons all over here, infotainment system as far as changing the settings on the digital display. Pretty good display, kind of like an older iPhone, I guess you could call it, really, as far as the size of the display goes. You can go for your different settings, tow setups, trip fuel meters, all that kind of stuff. Four-wheel drive settings right here. This one is an STX, so it's not going to have the locking rear differential in it, but easy shift on the fly, basically. Boom, four-wheel drive, off you go, no problems. As far as going into 4-low, you'll want to slow down pretty darn slowly. I think it's like 5 or 10 miles per hour, something like that, as far as going into 4-low. Big huge vents on here, easy to control, get a lot of good air out to you. Well-positioned shifter, drive mode selector. Truck does have numerous drive modes. Has normal, hit it again for towing and hauling, which changes obviously your shift patterns, that kind of stuff. Snow and wet conditions, really handy as far as not getting any wheel slip off the line. Eco mode, which I actually do use this quite a bit when I'm traveling down the highway, and the fuel mileage is crazy on this truck. I'm going to show you that as well. And then sport mode, put it in sport mode, and I mean, it really picks up as far as the shift patterns on this truck. It's pretty phenomenal. Of course, you have your traction control. Press it a couple times, put you into advanced track sport mode, which basically kind of eliminates the traction control, wheel spin, that kind of stuff, or greatly increases the amount of wheel slip you're going to get in the truck. Stereo controls, I mean, no problems at all. Everything works great. Connect up to your Bluetooth, whatever you got to do. Android, iPhone, whatever you have. Heating and ventilation controls, straightforward, simple, easy, no problems. This one here, you can kind of put your stuff in here. There's a couple of little USB jacks in here, 2 USB jacks. Sit your cell phone in here really easily. A couple of cup holders, big deep well here and another well here, so you can put your phone, pens, that kind of stuff. And underneath this little section, there's actually another hidden well up below here as well. Like I said, this one's a pretty basic truck, so as far as the mirror controls go, it's pretty standard, easy peasy type stuff. You also have a 12-volt power accessory jack here, so you can plug in your cell phone or cameras or whatever else you want to plug in. So all in all, it's actually a pretty nice position. Like I said, great driving position, just no complaints at all. So, like I said, interior of the F-150. Other item you have here, like I said, this one has that center console built in. Basically lift this up, huge. I mean, it has got storage room way down here. I mean, that's my arm going down. Let's see. So that's a pretty darn big bay. Also has a little slide tray in here. 2 cup holders, good sized glove box. Nothing too exciting as far as a glove box goes, but just a comfortable place to be. Just a well done truck. Okay, so like I said, this is F-150. This one here's the crew cab edition. Okay, 4 full-size doors. I'm 6'5". Let's see how I fit in the back. So like I said, I have the seat adjusted to where I'd normally adjust it. As far as getting into the vehicle, easy, no problems at all. As far as legroom goes, got about 5 inches of legroom between me and the front seat. Like I said, I adjusted this seat where I would normally drive the vehicle from. Some of the features on board, power windows, obviously. Everyone in the vehicle has a head restraint. This particular one, as far as the center console, has the dual heat back here as well, the vents controllers, has 2 USB jacks, also has a 12-volt power supply. Like I said, I'm 6'5", I'm fitting perfectly well. About the only thing it doesn't have in the back seat on this particular vehicle is the center armrest. For me, it wasn't really that important. It's basically just me and my wife. Kids are all in college, so we rarely have people back here, and even if we do, it's just handy to have that 5-seat capability as well. Like I said, you can get one with the center console. It's a fold-down seat as well to give you even extra room. So let me show you another feature. Okay, so another feature that I really like about the F-150 is the floorboard in the vehicle is completely flat. There's no transmission hump, none of that kind of stuff. Just flat as a pancake. On mine, I did add some bins in here, but as far as flipping up the rear seat, all you do is pull this lanyard, Boom, seat folds up. I added these to it. It's just some kind of cargo containers basically to carry some stuff, makes it a little bit easier to organize. Otherwise this would be completely flat as a pancake. It's kind of cool, you know, if you have dogs and stuff like that and you don't want them in the back of the truck, you can maybe lay down some cardboard or a piece of carpet or something, just have your dogs down there. They've got a nice big flat area to sleep on while you guys are traveling and all that kind of stuff. So real easy, boom, just folds down. Easy as that. Pretty damn good design. So as far as the engine goes, I don't know why people like to look under the engine bay on these things, but you know, not much there. No kind of glamour plastic over the engine compartment or anything. Just a 2.7 turbocharged engine, 325 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque. More than enough to do whatever you need it to do. Really great truck. So there you go, folks. 2020 Ford F-150 STX. Let me know what you think. If there's anything else you want to know about the truck, please feel free to get a hold of me. If you do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe as well. This is just the first of numerous vehicles I'm going to be bringing you. This one's just kind of a utility one. It was such a beautiful day in Colorado today. I decided, hey, why don't I just get out and film what I got? I just happen to have a brand new Ford F-150, so I figured, hey, let's give it a shot. So like I said, please hit the notifications, hit your subscription button, and come on back and see what else we got. Thank you very much.